Hello, we're back here on the ProtoTech SMP server, and that is because we have finally upgraded to 1.9, and this means that we got a lot of different things to actually do in 1.9. First thing that I will want to do is to get the mending enchantment on all my tools and armor. This way I can have my armor repair itself every time I get myself some XPs. And I went ahead and traded with a bunch of villagers and got a perfect mending villager. He's right here. I think we actually got 2 perfect mending villagers, and he gives mending for 10 emeralds. And normally a perfect villager with a level 1 enchantment, it is 5 emeralds, but since this is a treasure enchantment, the mending is, it's considered more rare, and therefore it's twice as much. So instead of 5, it's 10. That's why the mending books are 10 here instead of just being 5. And now I'll put some mending on my armor as well as my tools. And then I can also want to build a punch bow so that once I get my elytras, I can be able to punch myself and fly. And then from there, I think I'm going to go to the end dimension. So I got mending on all my armor pieces as well as my main weapon and my main pick, and also got my bow mending as well as my shovel. And now I want to make my punching bow, and I'll get myself some unbreaking on that bow and mending on the bow, and I also need punch. I know we have a perfect punch villager around here. I don't want flame. Yeah, perfect punch. 8 emeralds for level 2 punch. That should be good. Now with this, I should have everything I need to go into the end dimension. Oh yeah, I don't want to forget about the infinity enchantment. That way we don't have to keep using arrows up. We're here at our main entrance end portal. This will take us to the end dimension. And Animo's decorated this up. It looks really nice. This is a deep ocean above us, and you can see how the water is above there. It looks pretty cool how it's just sitting underneath of a deep ocean. But one of the things that I didn't cover in my previous video, where I was talking about things that are no longer possible in 1.9, which are possible in 1.8. And one of those things is actually placing stuff like redstone dust or torches above these end portal frames. This could be done in 1.8, but cannot be done in 1.9. So that's one of the things I actually missed. But what I have with me, I brought some more food. So that, at 1.9, food is kind of like having health potions. You can actually take it along and just keep healing yourself as long as your hunger's down. And we also brought some sand as well as cactuses. And that is because we're going to be doing something pretty special. And here in the end, and they already killed the dragon. But what we will be doing is actually trying to acquire a special glitch block in the game. We are here at the Enderman farm, and what we will be doing is trying to get a no texture cactus block. And this is exclusive to 1.9. This is why we upgraded from 1.8 to 1.9 and not to like 1.11 or 1.10. And the way that we can get this is just by, in 1.9, they added so that Endermen can pick up blocks, and then if you kill the Enderman, you can get your block back from them. And one of the things is that if a cactus is growing, you can see it has an age over on the right hand side. The age is 0. When the cactus grows up to here and it's growing, it'll have a different data value than this piece down here. And then if the Endermen pick up this cactus, it'll have a different data value, and Endermen, when they pick up blocks, will remember the data value. And then if you're able to kill the Enderman that has the cactus, he will drop the cactus that actually has that data value. Now, it'll be a different data value than the cactus that we have here, so it'll actually come up as a no texture, since the game does not have a texture for this data value. And we will be doing this by having this cactus here just close enough to Enderman. Once it grows up, we will be hopefully lucky enough for the Enderman to actually pick it up. So I set up 3 cactuses here because it's going quite slow. But you can see the Endermen have grabbed the tops of the cactuses off, so I'm just going to remove these here. Now if I come in and just get rid of these cactuses and I kill these Endermen here, you can see that Enderman, how I dropped a cactus that had no texture. And we'll kill this Enderman as well. There you go. So there's another cactus with no texture. And you can see they come here in the hoppers, and you just take them out, and these are cactuses that have no texture. Now if I put this in my main hand, you can see it looks pretty crazy. Put one in my off hand, put one in my main hand, and yeah, that's what you get when you get no textured blocks. They come out these humongous blocks. Looks pretty amazing. Now all you have to do is come along and actually, you can either just drop one of these cactuses. Well, first you have to, let's see, switch, put this cactus down, throw that cactus, pick up these cactuses. Now if I throw one of these cactuses over on top of those, you can get more of those cactuses. Another way of doing it is if you actually, let's see, get some cactuses here. You can put them in a chest. And then I think if you shift this cactus, yeah, if you shift the normal cactus on top of those cactuses, it'll switch the data value. So yeah, that's how you get these no texture cactuses, and they're only available in 1.9, but they're pretty cool. So with these no texture cactuses, you could do some kind of cool looking things, like you can stick them in item frames, which they look really large compared to other blocks, and turn them around. And also when you drop them, they're humongous. You can see Smokey has one in his offhand as well as his main hand. Pretty big. And the thing about these cactuses, even if you place them down as a block, they will just return back into a normal cactus. And if you break this normal cactus, it'll just be a normal cactus. But if you pick it up, yeah, there's nothing unique about this cactus. The same thing is, if you pick up that cactus while you have these other cactuses in your hand, it will stack with them. And one of the things that you can actually do is actually get a flower pot, and you can actually put these cactuses inside the flower pot, and they look like a normal cactus. But when you break the flower pot, you can actually get the big cactus with the no textures on it that comes out of the flower pot, which means that the flower pot actually remembers the data value that goes with the cactus. So just similar to a flower, the different data values, same goes for the cactus, and that's where you can actually get the cactus back, which is pretty cool. But there's another interesting bug in 1.9 where you can actually take a single item and you shift click it into an anvil, and then come along and shift click another block of the same type into that anvil, and you can see that we get a sand block that has a negative value here. And yeah, once you come out of the inventory, you can see it's right there. But yeah, this block is kind of interesting. But this is actually removed in 1.11, so there's not really too much point in getting negative items. If you do this to ender pearls, you can actually get a negative ender pearl, like this one here. Now if you hit E to get out of there, now you have an ender pearl. No one else can see this ender pearl, it's invisible to everyone else. But you can also click this ender pearl just like any other ender pearl, but it's not really here. And you can actually pretend you're teleporting, but you're not actually teleporting at all. But you can see that you keep increasing the negative sign on the ender pearl. Another thing that we did in 1.8 was come into our end island here and actually dig a hole down here at 0, 0. This way, once we upgrade to 1.9 and we come into the end, it will generate the new exit end portal. And this way we can actually generate the new exit end portal down lower than it normally would be. It would normally be up there on top. Now, I showed a video how you can actually do this, and it's when you go from 1.8 into 1.9. And this allows us to actually have the new exit end portal be directly at the same Y level as our obsidian pillar, our obsidian platform. This is the platform that you spawn on once you come into the end. So you can see there's a direct walkway from the obsidian pillar over to the new exit end portal. And our old exit end portal is still here in its entirety. We have our old exit end portal. We didn't have to remove any bedrock blocks on it because it's far enough out so that it does not actually interfere, and the game will not actually check out this far. But if you want to know more about that, I'll link the video down in the description. So we have our entire old exit end portal as well as our new exit end portal. Quite a few of these entrance gateway portals have been already generated from dragon kills. I'm not going to kill the dragon today, but I am going to try to go find an end city. So if I just go through one of these entrance gateway portals, it'll take me out to the end islands, and then from there I'm just going to try to hop around and see if I can actually find an end city. So it looks like got a nice location here. I'll probably head directly away from the portal. I know quite a bit of islands around here have been explored by the other guys, but I think I'll go off in that direction. So I've been walking through the end dimension for a couple hours. It's been pretty slow. I've died a couple times, but I see there is an end city off in the distance over here. Smokey's been flying around. He hasn't been giving me any hints about where end cities are or anything. And I've just been wanting to find an end city on my own without using like a mist or anything like that. So I went through quite a bit of ender pearls, quite a bit of food, and quite a bit of blocks here. And yeah, I got my armor inside of the chest. So I'm going to get closer to the end city, then I'll probably put on my armor and see if I can find some elytras. Looks like I'm going to have the pillar over top of this one here. So it looks like the end city is pretty decent. I see an end ship right there. And I brought ender chest along so I could actually bring my armor along as well as my fighting axe here. My pick is right here. And I got a bow for fighting. Also got my elytra bow along. And let's see if we can actually kill. Well, we don't want to kill shulkers because we're in 1.9 and we want to save them for 1.11. Yeah, just loot the chest and see if I can get any nice enchantments, and then also pick up some of the material around here, and also see if I can get what's down here. Oh, hey, look, there's a beacon. I think that's from Smokey. Yeah, the NC is pretty nice. Really like what they did with the end cities. It seemed like they're pretty tough to find. You got the shulker here. Nothing on top of this thing here. I never really explored end cities in survival, but seemed pretty nice. Let's see if we can go over here. Oh shoot, I got hit. That side effects don't last very long. Oh, got hit again. Let's go this direction. I know there's like a piece that sticks out for here. Makes parkouring a little bit more difficult. Oh, that'll help. I think he was trying to hit Smokey, but actually hit me. Is there nothing really up here? Let me down. You're just gonna keep doing that, aren't you? Luckily I got my feather falling boots. There's a bunch over there. So nothing really too much over here. He dug a hole. Did some vandalizing. So there's probably nothing up there. There's a bunch of them up there fighting each other. Now we're gonna lose some of our shulkers because of these guys. Ooh. Nothing new there. Sharpness. A bunch of beet seeds. Some iron and gold. Oh, look at that. A chest with... What is hitting me? Oh, that. Let me in. Some diamonds. Some gold. Some more diamonds, some more gold. Some mending armor. Kinda cool. Cool that you can actually find all these enchantments. There's like a big parkour course down there. Nothing too much up here. Now I kinda forget. Oh, you're supposed to go to there and then teleport over. Well, hopefully there's some elytras over here. There's another shulker. And there's a brewing stand with some health, instant health potion too. And I got locally brewing, local brewery. Thank you, Smokey. Oh, there's shulker here, and there's elytras. Yay! Finally get some elytras. That's so nice. And the shulker is here. Their thing is loaded with gold and iron. Really? A horse saddle? And a mending. That's pretty nice. Yeah, that's pretty nice. There's nothing down here, is there? Nope. Well, I finally got elytras, so I can actually have those. But I will take more damage. And, yep, the dragon head's over here. Way over here. Oh, that's good thinking. Make sure I have inventory. Stop playing with the head. Yeah, now I got a dragon head as well as elytra. Pretty much got everything I wanted. Hey, don't push me off. Now I think I'm just gonna look at this end city and try to loot some more of the areas. I should try to actually fly. I've never flown before. I've been saving it for now. Ow, that really does hurt. I'm gonna have to practice a bit more. But I mostly came for the elytras as well as the dragon skull. So yeah, I'm gonna run through the city a little bit more and look at it, and then I think I'm just gonna put myself in the ender chest and then kill myself. I'm back here at our Enderman farm, and I'm just repairing some of our armor with the mending on it, and also enchanting stuff. Got the elytras, and Smokey gave me another set of elytras. And I got the dragon head. I may or may not have died in the end with all my stuff, but everything turned out okay. Got some other stuff like the beetroots and gold. Did some more chanting, or I grabbed some more books from the villagers, so I can put mending as well as unbreaking on these elytras. So just put the unbreaking on that one, and the mending on that one, and then I should have brought another mending, but I got unbreaking for this one. Yeah, I didn't know, but actually, if you do use up all the durability of your elytras, they will actually not break. Instead, they'll just turn into look like a broken elytra, and they'll stay at 1 durability, which is kind of cool. So you can't actually lose your elytras. Didn't really know about that until I was testing it out. So now I'm just going to probably get all my stuff collected together, and then I'll go play around with some flying. While I'm here in the end dimension, I thought I would show you that trick that I did a previous episode, where I jumped directly down into the void, and even though I went straight down to like -1000 Y, I did not actually take any damage. And this was a little trick that I came up with while I was playing around in 1.8. So I'm back here on a 1.8 version of our server world, and what I did is I used a type of ghost mode. So ghost mode allows you to actually appear to be in one place even though you're not. So the way that this ghost mode works is that I was goofing around. I found that you can actually make a ghost mode by going through the exit end portal. So if I go through the exit end portal, I come to this credit page, and you normally escape out of this credit page, but you can actually get out of this credit page without even escaping. So this is only in 1.8, but if you hit F6, this will pull up the Twitch broadcasting, and this will say, do you want to open up Twitch so you can broadcast. Now this was removed in 1.9, but all you have to do is hit cancel. Well, actually, yeah, you hit F6, then you don't hit cancel, you hit escape from here. Now you're in ghost mode. So now my character is actually right there in the portal, but this is a ghost character of myself. So now from here I can move anywhere I want to. I could go out as far as I have loaded. If you go out farther than when you have loaded, then you just hit the edge of the world because the game does not load. It only loads around the player. So now from here, I'm in ghost mode. I look just like a normal player. Everything's normal, but except that I'm not really here. I'm actually over there. So some things I can do, since I'm actually in ghost mode, I can stand in this portal and not teleport. And since I'm right there, I think I can reach this. Yeah, since my player's right here, I can actually reach this ender chest and this crafting table. Sweet, but see this chest over here? It's too far from my player, so he can't actually reach it. So I can't open this chest here, but I can open this ender chest. But you can see that you can do a lot of crazy things with ghost mode, of course. And one of those things that I did was I just stood over here and actually jumped into the void. So I just went like this, and then said, ta-da! Now from here, I can just fall into the void and go into negative whatever we want to. It doesn't matter, because I'm not actually here. So the way that you actually get out of this ghost mode is just by relogging. So when you relog back in after logging out, you'll come back to the credits page here, and then if you just hit escape, then you'll come back to wherever you normally were set at. So I've been practicing using my elytra as well as my punch bow just here in the main island. I'm getting a little bit better at it now. It's not too bad. But yeah, it's a lot of fun to fly around, and instead of having to walk everywhere, we'll be using this quite a bit more in survival. It looks pretty crazy when you fly around with these two no texture cactuses. But yeah, now we're at 1.9. We will be upgrading to 1.10 now that we have got these cactuses. And then we got some stuff in 1.10 to do, and then we will upgrade to 1.11 from there. But if you do want to apply, we have reworked our application process, so it's a lot more relaxed. So if you have tried applying in the past and you didn't get through, you may be able to get through now. And we will be looking for quite a few more members to join us, because we got a lot of stuff to plan as well as design for the server now that we are in 1.9 and above. And so it will be nice to do that. So I will be looking forward to all that. And I think that's going to be it for today. So thanks for joining me, and have fun in survival. Bye-bye.